I know, it's so hot in here. Hi. Are you wading your way through the plants? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I did one of these videos last month and you guys liked it. I got some comments about doing these once a month until I get through my entire collection. And so for this month, it's going to be my entire Alocasia collection. I have 1, 2, 3, 10? I only have 10? Okay. I've got 10 different kinds of Alocasia. So, before we get into that, if you're new here, my name's Emily. Harley's tail is whacking all my plants. Harley, come here. This is Harley. And Sammy is right back there. Alright, let's, out of my face, let's get into it. Okay, so, one, it is super hot in my plant room today. I moved the blinds down just a little bit so I'm not getting blinded by the sun. But it is currently 78 degrees in my plant room. The sun just hasn't moved yet. Once the sun moves, it will cool down, hopefully. But in my last video, I had a question about what is my favorite genus, and honestly, it's Alocasia. I love Alocasias, and so it's really surprising that I only have 10 different kinds of Alocasias. And I mean, 2 of which are the same, just one's variegated. So I think I only have like 9 different kinds of Alocasias, but it's fine. Oh, hi. You gonna be my backrest? Thank you, Harley. Thank you, baby girl. As long as you're not whacking my plants with your tail, I'm okay. Okay, so where to start? I carved out a little bit of space right here so you can actually see me, but I think, as always, we'll just start with the little ones. So, the smallest one I have, which is a new purchase, is my pink poly here. And don't mind my nail polish. I wanted to get this video filmed and edited so it can get put up, and so I did not have time to fix my nail polish. Just ignore it. It will be fixed soon. But this is my pink poly Alocasia. It's okay. I'm not really sure about this new leaf. I don't know if it's going to be very variegated, but it is currently in stratum with perlite just to get some root growth to transfer it into Lechuza pond, because all of my Alocasias go in Lechuza pond. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. They go in Lechuza. They just do so much better that way. So this is her. Are you putting a new leaf? Are you giving me a new leaf? Oh, you're gorgeous. Okay, well, moving on to my second smallest. This is my Alocasia heterophylla, also known as dragon's breath. She is also in stratum perlite mix, and she is also pushing a new leaf right there. And she's gorgeous. I almost killed this when it was in soil. Whoops. But she is doing better. We've got all kinds of new growth with this gorgeous leaf, and there's actually new little sprouts coming up in the stratum right here. My hair's getting caught on leaves. But yeah, she's doing really good. I'm very excited for this new leaf. Once this new leaf pops out, I am going to be transferring her into Lechuza. This one I'm gonna wait maybe like another week or so. I'm not seeing really any new growth, new root growth, so she's gonna stay in there until I see some new roots. Okay, are you smaller or are you? I think this one's smaller. So this is my Alocasia scalprum. She did just have 2 blooms on her, and so I did just cut them off. But she is in a 5.5-inch self-watering planter. Lots of leaves. I love this Alocasia. I'm pretty sure this Alocasia has the most leaves out of all of them. Hey, stop moving that plant. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves with 1 new one on the way. So she is definitely my most leafy. But she's gorgeous. She's got some really dark leaves with purple backs. I love this Alocasia. Which, all but 3 of these live in my Mosbo. Some of them had to be moved out because they are just way too big. Let's see here. You were smaller. Okay, so now we'll move to this one. This one is also a pretty recent purchase. This is my variegated dragon scale. Most of you guys have seen this from my most expensive unboxing yet. I'm pretty sure that is the title of that video. If you haven't seen it and you want to see it, I will link it down below in the description. It's actually one of like my best performing videos. And that's pretty exciting. It's pretty nice. But let's see here. Yeah, okay. So this is her. She came with these leaves right here in the front. This is the first leaf she had given me in my care. Not as variegated as this leaf, which was the biggest leaf that it came with, but that is okay. She's still gorgeous, and she is also currently pushing a new leaf. So I am super excited for that leaf. I can't wait. It says you're empty. Are you actually empty? You're heavy. You're not empty. Anyways. This plant's doing very good. I think I have only lost 1 leaf, and it was already yellowing due to shipping and just the stress of shipping. Most Alocasia do not do very good with shipping. They're just a little bit more sensitive, hence why most hobbyists or plant collectors will keep them in a semi-hydro, just because they're finicky. They are very finicky. But there is her. This is actually also my most expensive Alocasia. And I think it's my most expensive plant that I have in my collection. If it's not, it's like neck and neck with my Thai constellation. Like, I spent $120 on my Thai con, and I think I spent like the same amount on this plant. Nobody tell Alex, okay? Because he doesn't know. He knew I spent that much on the Tycon, but he did not know I spent that much on this plant. But that's okay because she's gorgeous and it's worth it. Which I also really love the backs of these leaves. It's like a red pinkish veining, and you can actually see it on the front. Well, not with the sun, but you can see it, I promise, on the front where the veination is, and it's gorgeous. It was worth it. It was worth it, and that's all that matters. It brings me joy, which brings him. Why are you under my table? She's now under my table. But that's okay. Let's see. And then, hey, your tail is whacking. Can we not whack, please? And then we go to this one. This one has had some issues. It looks pretty from this angle, but it's not. This is my black velvet. This actually was probably my first Alocasia. I think it was. I think this was the first Alocasia that I bought. I'm pretty sure. So we're just gonna go with that because I'm like 90% sure that it was. But like I said, from this angle, it looks really nice. Just a little spottage on this leaf. But if you start turning it, you can see just how crappy it kind of looks. But that's okay. It's just because I don't turn my plants. But she definitely looks better than she did a few weeks ago. Or probably a month ago, actually. A couple months ago when she had death blooms and all kinds of corms, and she was just struggling because she was putting in so much energy for other things. But she's looking better. She actually lives outside of my cabinet now, just in my room. My room stays at about 52 to 53% humidity. And she was staying with my Sansi light, like she was in front of that one. And then I decided that I just didn't like the look. She was blocking some of my moss poles just a little bit too much. And so I moved her, and she's now in one of the cubicles under a Barina T5, like 1 foot light. She's been doing okay there. She's been there for like a week now, I think. But she's looking good. We are slowly getting to where we need to get for her to look amazing again. We're gonna go ahead and go to this one now. This is my variegated Frydek. Gorgeous. She's starting to cycle, as you can see with the 2 leaves just kind of hanging on for dear life. But I did have someone comment about demonstrating how to prune back Alocasia or like take off their dead leaves, and so that is what I'm going to do. Got my shears, and we'll start with this little one. So what you want to do, or what I do, is I just follow it down to as far as I can go, kind of peel it back a little bit, and then just clip. This will eventually dry off and kind of like die, and it will turn into like this. And this you can just peel off, just like that. So I don't want to, but I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. This one's gonna be a little bit harder because it's not as yellowed off and ready to die. So let's go down as far as I can and chop. Ah! And so now this is what she's looking like. I think I'm going to upsize her and see if that helps. Oh, you are empty though. I need to give you some water. But that is her. Let's see. She did just give me this half moon leaf, and this leaf is freaking gorgeous, man. And then she gave me this one. This one has not fully hardened off yet. Like, it's still super pliable and wrinkly. And this leaf is so gorgeous. I love this plant. This, you know, my dragon scale, my variegated dragon scale might be my most expensive plant, but this one is my most loved plant. Not even going to lie. I love this plant. She's gorgeous. I love her so much. Okay. And since we were on we just did that one. So that is the variegated version of this one right here. This is my Alocasia. See if I can say it right. Mycolitziana. Mycolitziana. And this is just the green version of the fried egg. This one also has a yellow leaf. And so we are going to just follow it down here and chop. And because this one is attached to a support stake, it did not fall. So that's good. I'm actually going to, and I've done it with one of my Regal Shield sleeves where I have laid it flat out, put some, supports on it, and it has been drying. And I want to do that with this leaf. I do not know if I did it correctly with the other leaf, but if you guys have any tips on like preserving your, leaves to like put in frames or whatever, let me know. I really want to try it, but I also, this is just so gorgeous. I mean, it looks kind of bad on the plant, but just as a leaf, this is gorgeous with there's still green, but there's yellow, and I just think it looks so cool. So I want to preserve it. So if you have any tips, let me know in the comments, please. I would love to be able to save this and put it in a frame and put it up in my plant room. Okay, let's see here. Oh, this is also the newest leaf. Very soft. It has just unfurled. We're still getting big. So we're just gonna put this one to the side. I haven't done this one yet. Okay, moving on to this one. This is my Alocasia Jacqueline. Very pretty. I love its fuzzy leaves, but it's kind of been a nightmare. This is the first time it has had more than one leaf, and it has 3. With this one being the oldest leaf, and this one up here being the newest. So we are definitely starting to size up just from these 2 leaves. So we are doing good there. And honestly, it's been doing good. I would like to move it out of my cabinet, but with just how finicky this one has been so far, I'm kind of afraid to. So for right now, it's just gonna stay in the cabinet until probably it pushes another leaf. And we will try to find a spot for it, not in the cabinet. There's that one. Oh my goodness, I'm so hot. It has cooled off a degree though. Now that I put the blinds down, it's now 77 degrees in here. Okay, which one's bigger? You have bigger leaves, but I think you are taller. So we'll go with this one over here. Let me try and move these close to the table so that we have some room here. Okay. This is my Regal Shield. There's another leaf back here. You just can't see it. There's another leaf down here. That one's starting to go. I'm just gonna leave it on for a little bit longer before I cut it off. But this is my Regal Shield. She is large and in charge. She's in a 7-inch planter, self-watering planter. I did just get her a 9-inch self-watering planter that I need to plant her into. I just haven't done it yet. Honestly, I need to get one for this other plant over here as well. And I need to repot a lot of these into 7-inch planters and not the 5-inch that they've been in. But I just don't think I have enough Lechuza. Honest, I don't think I have enough Lechuza. And I haven't ordered more. I need to order more. But that's a different story for a different time. But yeah, this is her. I got her back in October as a little tiny starter plant. She was probably this big. This was about the size that she was when I received her, and now she is this giant monstrosity. Not monstrosity, she's beautiful, but like, her leaves are twice the size of my face. And they're just huge. And so, like, yeah, this is her. It's really hard to show you. I will put a clip in of where she lives and just the amount of space that she takes up right now. But yes, I've had her since October. She has grown so fast. She is a very, very fast grower. She sized up so fast. And she's about to push another leaf already. So she is gigantic. But yeah. So that is her. I'm going to push her back to the side. And last but not least, I have my other, which I think is my biggest Alocasia as far as how tall it is. This is my Alocasia Zabrina. Her leaves have grown so much as well. She is huge. She's got 4 leaves and she is pushing another one right at this minute. Right there. She also needs to go into a bigger planter. But, oh, need water too. Everybody needs water. Well, I know what I'm doing today. Maybe I can do an in-depth. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna film a very quick in-depth video of how I water all of my Alocasias after this one. So you will be seeing this video on Sunday. And you'll see exactly how I water and prepare my water for my Alocasia. And probably my moss pools, because I gotta water my moss pools too on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that one. But yes, this is my Alocasia Zabrina. This one and the Jacqueline, like, take the cake for my most unique looking Alocasias, mainly because of the stem. Like, look at the stem. This is why it's called a zebrina, because it looks like zebrina. It looks like zebra stripes on the stems. And let me just tell you, when I got this plant, I thought it looked cool. That was it. I did no research on how big this plant was going to get, as I do with like all of my plants. And now we're here. And honestly, I'm so happy. I have had a very rough time with this plant. She was my first plant to get spider mites, and I think I cut her down to one leaf, and that leaf ended up dying, and so she was a stump. And then she grew some leaves, got spider mites again. I think I chopped it down to one leaf at that point. And then she grew, got spider mites again, and now she's here. And honestly, she doesn't look too bad. I treated this plant again, I think 2 weeks ago now, and I haven't seen anything, so that's good. She does just have a little yellowing on her oldest leaves. Honestly, it's only really this one that's kind of yellowing around the edges, but that's okay. And she is, I mean, her and the Regal Shield are about to outgrow this room. And my Tycon, because my Tycon is also pushing a new leaf at the moment. I don't know what I'm gonna do when all these plants outgrow my room, because then there's gonna be no hiding them. But yeah, so that is my entire Alocasia collection. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and leave your suggestions on how I should, suggestions, tips, and tricks, how I should preserve this leaf to hopefully keep the color. I would love to keep the color exactly how it is on this leaf. So please, please, please let me know in the comments. Again, we are super, super close to 300 subscribers. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I've been teetering on the edge at like 285 for weeks now. And we'll get up and then we'll go down. We'll get up and go down. And I would really love to hit 300 and eventually 500 so I can finally do this giveaway I've been wanting to do. I have not figured out the plant or plants I'm going to be giving away yet, but I have been thinking about it. And it might be a baby of one of these. I have babies from my variegated fry deck. I have a baby from my variegated dragon scale. And I'm just super excited. I can't wait. Well, is it the dragon scale or is it the Hydrophylla that I have a corm from? I don't know. I have lots of corms. They're all sprouting and getting leaves. And I just haven't showed them. I showed all the mother plants, not the babies. I should probably do an update on all the babies though. Stay tuned for that video because I'm going to be doing that video as well. So, I have rambled enough. Thank you guys so much for watching again. And I will see you guys next time.